Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. I'm going to do a video here on Iraq, and looks like the budget's been approved. And supposedly, according to this headline, after directing the Parliamentary Finance to send it, a statement from the government financial advisor regarding the 2022 budget. This is an article Sunday, May 1st. That's today, and actually for them that's come and gone. They're about 8 hours or so ahead of us. As a matter of fact, I keep their time on my phone, and right now it's 10:27 p.m. in Baghdad. So they are 8 hours exactly ahead of my time, which is Central Standard Time, 2:28 Central Standard Time in the United States. But it reads that the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazar Mohammed Salih, confirmed today, Sunday, that the Finance Prosecution's invitation to send the draft federal general budget bill for the year 2022 is a positive development in the country's legislative path and sends a signal of high optimism to the private sector. If you hear that squeaking in the back, it's Bogey the parrot. I came downstairs because he was talking through the video, and basically right now he's cussing me out because I'm not up there. So let's do a pause, see if I can go get him to be quiet. Okay, let's try to keep going. Saleh said in a statement to the National News Center, the Finance Prosecution's invitation to send the draft federal budget law for the year 2022 is a positive development in the country's legislative path, noting that charting a map of the economic future and removing ambiguity in the components and landmarks of the economic process and sending a signal of high optimism for the private sector to follow through on its investment decisions and launch its market-moving activities. That's a very important statement there, folks. This signal of high optimism for the private sector to follow through on its investment decisions and launch its market-moving activities. That's basically encouraging foreign direct investment into Iraq, and that is usually indicative that the investing foreign entities who are cooperating with Iraq's private sector is in a position to make money and that they trust the financial stability of Iraq itself, which kind of implies no sanction on their currency. But we know Iraq's been selling oil now for years, and somehow, some way, they're making that work out. But in any case, this is positive. Like it says there, it's a signal of high optimism for the private sector to get going on their investment strategies and decisions. He added the legislative authority has realized the importance of time in sustaining the country's higher economic and financial interests that are provided by the annual financial plan through the legislation of the budget law itself, which is the correct foundation on which the legislature has taken a high responsibility without disrupting the economic and financial interests of the Iraqi people and their aspirations in shaping the features of economic growth. Boy, it wouldn't have hurt to put a couple of periods in there, in that sentence somewhere. But nonetheless, reading on, the goal is to launch investments, programs, and degrees of appointment set forth in the general budget law, which highlights the point I just made earlier. The goal is to launch investments. Okay, he indicated that in all cases, sending the federal general budget bill to the House of Representatives will be the first economic signal for the legislative path and the path of clear-cut economic and social development that will enable the country's supreme policies to work with high efficiency without disruption. Stressing that the adoption of a law, the federal general budget, will include in its expenditure aspects current and investment, the text of the emergency project for food security and development to become an integral part of the components of that unified financial document, and this realizes the importance of those concerned in financial and economic affairs. So we have the budget, folks. What else we got going on that's interesting to cover. Let's move on to another topic. And as we do, I want to remind everyone that I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a legal representative or a lawyer. I'm not a religious leader. I speak on all those topics, but I'm an expert of none. If anything, I'm more expert in biblical knowledge than anything else. This video is for entertainment purposes. It's also for information, education, enlightenment, enrichment. Think of a bunch of E's. I'll go with that. So what I would like you to do, if you like this video, is tap that thumbs up button. You might break a sweat. You might not. But you'll surely do me a favor if you do that. And if you really like the things I cover, which can vary, subscribe and come on back for more. Let's cover some DINAR recaps. A lot of interesting things are developing. We see here from a Judy note from RV Excerpts. Remember, RV Excerpts, Rumors from the Restored Republic via GCR. Update as of today, Sunday. 1st of May, the global currency reset was now, allegedly, official around the world. While the old financial system was bankrupt, central banks were shutting down, along with Congress, the White House, IRS, and the Federal Reserve. I'll probably pause this video and go on a hunt, see if I can add more meat to that, but the budget talk that we just covered from Iraq lends itself towards that, and if you've been watching my videos, you know that I've said many a time that, Iraq's not going to happen until the financial system happens, the new financial system, the global currency reset, the great reset, call it what you want, but out with the old and in with the new, whoever the winner is. So the timing between the budget being sent and this kind of goes together. And I've always said it's bigger than Iraq, and I think maybe that's the reason things are starting to head in that direction. A lot of things are about to change here in May, and we can expect Monday to be the start of these changes. As a matter of fact, those changes has already started, according to this. He goes on to say, watch the water. China's Three Gorges Dam was about to break. The stock market was in free fall. Announcement of Queen Elizabeth's death was imminent. Have your food storage ready. Grab your popcorn. The fun begins. Monday, 2nd of May. That's tomorrow, folks. Easy to find out if there's any accuracy to this. Just say your prayers at night to wake up in the morning. And keep your eyes open and your head on a swivel. Make sure in your food storage that you also include some popcorn. We like the very buttery type here. All right, historical perspective rumors of the GCR. On Friday, 22 April at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they launched funds for the global currency reset, according to Dr. Charlie Ward. At midnight, Tuesday, 26 April 2022, the United Nations lost control, allegedly, over all sovereign nations, which then began switching their currencies from the world bankrupt SWIFT system to a gold asset-backed SIPS system. We've talked about that before, the SIPS system, remember, and looking at the ISO 20022, we know that China has that system, Russia uses that system. We know that they are going gold back. So things are happening, folks. Things are happening. Trying to put the puzzle together may be difficult, but that doesn't stop things from happening. It goes on to say the last two countries to join the global currency reset, Iraq and Venezuela, have finally signed and delivered their ISO 20022 paperwork. Interesting. Just said that. But in any case, I mean, whether you believe this or not, this is what's going on. These are the rumors. This is the rumor tell. This is the scuttlebutt. This is what's going on. But here's what's not a rumor. The Iraqi budget, 2022 budget, is done and being forwarded to the House of Representatives. Sovereign nations' new currency rates have begun trading on the back screens. This coming weekend, Tier 3 bondholders, 10% of monies, intermediaries, prosperity packages, CMKX, fines and penalties, adjudicated settlements, farm claim payouts were expected to be paid out, according to Bruce. On Saturday, 30 April, sovereign gold bonds went online. It's interesting to note that on 30 April 1945, exactly 77 years ago, Germany was liberated from the Nazis by the Russians. However, the Operation Paperclip, Nazis escaped to the U.S. and all over the world. This time there is no escape. History will not repeat itself. We expect Tier 4B, us, the Internet group, who who holds them bonds in 210 nations' foreign currencies to be revalued, to be notified on Tuesday, 3 May, to start appointments on Wednesday, 4 May, and could be notified late morning Wednesday, 4 May, to start appointments on that Wednesday, or start on Thursday, 5 May, according to Bruce. Okay, so if you've been around, you know we get a lot of this going on. Um, keep your balance, keep steady, but it's easy, like I said. Wake up in the morning and see if things are happening. Things are certainly happening. Their implications, their meaning, their impact, that all has to be weighted on and seen. And that's why I stress, live your life. Live your life, enjoy your life, get right with the Creator. That's always a good idea. And live your life. And then this becomes icing on your cake. It doesn't leave you sitting with a batter and no hot oven to put it into if this is all your hopes and dreams. But things are happening. And that's why I'm covering this video. As I mentioned before, I don't really like to cover Iraqi dinar day after day because, it could become monotonous in the sense of I feel like I'm feeding people information and hopium. I don't want to ever feed hopium, but I do want to feed hope. There's a difference. I do want to feed credibility where I can find it, and encouragement. So, global financial crisis. NASDAQ 100 falls 13% in April, biggest monthly drop since 2008. Judy note. And what else happened in 2008? The so-called mortgage crisis, when the cabal went bankrupt and BRICS formed to do a global currency reset. Now, I've talked about BRICS in prior videos too. There is absolutely, positively, some credibility and impact to that and to the impact that it's having, because Russia is most certainly going gold back. They're starting to make it mainstream news, but it's not really mainstream news if you've been watching DK. We'll talk about it because I already told you about it. And so that's how we get behind that curtain, look behind the curtain every now and again, and sometimes we're ahead of the curve. And quite honestly, as I've been watching things develop and the way people are talking, up to and including other YouTube influencers, to be honest with you, I see the things that I covered in my earlier videos are now being covered by them a little bit more consistently with the message that I had already sent. I am not claiming to be any kind of soothsayer, swami, fortune teller, or anything like that. I'm just saying, sometimes when you read the tea leaves, figuratively speaking, you're right. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope that I'm saying this to encourage you to go back. Look at some of my older videos. You'll see, because I'm a new channel. There's no doubt about that. I had to take a 4-month hiatus because of issues with the dying brother and my mother. There's no doubt about that. But there's some good meat on them potatoes back there. I mean, some of the videos I did are kind of sloppy because I'm new at it. I'm still new at it. But I hope that it offers you something to benefit from. Moving on. Cryptocurrencies backed by gold metal were the new currencies available under Gesara. Folks, I've been talking about cryptocurrencies and gold-backed money for about 4 years, and those who know me know that to be true. Now it's more mainstream. It's not just in dinar land. It's not just in guru land. It's not just rumor tell. It's not just conspiracy theory. It's fact. Sovereign gold bonds just went online. Central banks are shutting down, bankrupted, old financial systems bankrupted, Congress, White House, IRS, Feds, Federal Reserve are shut down, U.S. corporation is bankrupted. I will look for any evidence to support that, and if I do find enough, I'll make another video. Gold-backed currency, digital assets, QFS, and the Gesara is growing. And so, did NASDAQ fall? Well, according to this thing, I already watched it. Yep, it apparently did. Excuse me. Okay, so, folks, things are happening. The budget is complete. There's a surplus. I've gone over time, I think, on how long I want to spend on this video. Like I said, I'll look for other information, and if I find it, I'll get back into another video. But for now, I've covered that information. I hope it's helpful, interesting, entertaining to some. And I hope that you like. I hope that you subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, I noticed too, while I'm saying goodbye, I think I got a hater out there. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that you can get a thumbs up and you can get a thumbs down, but I think there's someone out there, and if I'm right, you know who you are, and I'm talking to you. I think there's someone out there who's hell-bent on every time he watches my videos, or she, that they have to make sure they hit that I don't like this video button. The thumbs down, because the overwhelming majority of my videos get thumbs up, and there's many, and then a few of them have just that one thumbs down. And people haven't been in retail and other types of businesses in my life. People are usually motivated when you get a letter of commendation for an employee or something. It was stellar. It was stellar that they did something for a person to actually sit down and take the time to write and do something. And here, all I'm asking you to do is just hit a little thumbs up button. But for someone to think it's important for them to say thumbs down on a video, I just find that interesting. It in my mind, it has to be either inaccurate or just bad. Otherwise, I'm not going to tap thumbs down on anybody's video unless I find something horrendous about what they do. I'm just going to move on to the next video. Don't get me wrong. If you want to hit my thumbs down button, hit it, please. Matter of fact, everybody hit it if you want to. Hit the button just to show that you were here. Of course, you guys know I'm still reading every comment, and I'm trying to reply to every comment. And I appreciate those who come and watch my channel. I appreciate those who enjoy my videos. I just appreciate y'all because you hear my voice. I'm DK Will, and this is DK Will Talk About It. And I've talked about it. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.